Hello again, I'm Rodney Reynolds and welcome to another video review. Today I'm looking at the Nesteq EECS 700 watt ultra quiet power supply. What's included is a user's manual, cable ties, 4 caps, modular leads, screws for mounting the power supply in the case, power cord, and the power supply. The Easy Connect system line of power supplies are available in 400 watts, 500 watts, 600 watts, and 700 watts. I'll be looking at the 700 watt model, which is more than enough power for most systems. Now, how is this wattage determined? Well, to understand that, you need to know what rails are. Rails are basically well-regulated transformers which convert domestic current into the voltages that your computer system can use, and there are essentially 2 different rails, the 3.3/5 volt rail and the 12 volt rail. In this particular case, the approximate maximum peak output of the 3.3/5 volt rail is 170 watts and the 12 volt rail is 650 watts, which is essentially how the wattage of this power supply is determined. The 3.3/5 volt rail is responsible for the motherboard, memory, PCI cards, and so on, while the 12 volt rail is responsible for the hard drives, optical drives, fans, CPU, video cards, etc. Also, some might be interested to know the peak amps on each rail. The plus 3.3 volt rail is 24 amps, the plus 5 volt rail is 30 amps, and this power supply has 4 plus 12 volt rails and they're all 16 amps each. But that plus 12 volt rail has a combined power of 54 amps. There are a couple of important things to remember when selecting a power supply. The first is wattage. Determine how much wattage you are going to require by the amount of hardware you will be installing. Generally speaking, a medium to high-end gaming rig would require a 500 to 700 watt power supply. If, however, you are going hardcore and have a multiple video card setup with lots of other hardware, select a power supply that's above 700 watts. Second, it should be at or above 80% efficient at typical load. The efficiency of this power supply is rated above 80%. Third, it should meet the latest ATX and other current standards, environmental directives, overvoltage, undervoltage, and other protections. This power supply meets all current standards. Fourth, I'd recommend choosing a power supply that has APFC. APFC, or active power factor correction, is something that also assists the power supply in being more efficient and therefore stable under load. APFC basically reduces total harmonics, corrects input voltage, and it allows for full input voltage range. Thankfully, this power supply has APFC. Finally, get a power supply that has enough leads for your setup. Let's have a closer look at this power supply. It comes with a matte black paint finish, the housing is steel, and they include an ultra-quiet 135mm fan. Since this fan is recessed and the power supply is a standard size, it will fit all ATX mid and full tower cases, even some home theater PC and small form factor ATX cases. Also note that it has SFCS, which stands for Smart Fan Controlling System, meaning the more load on the power supply, the faster the fan spins. The many ventilation holes and the large fan ensure maximum cooling, so the power supply will remain cool in almost any environment. I should also mention that it comes with SVSS, which stands for Smart Voltage Stabilization System, that provides stable output voltage for the CPU and graphics cards with a tolerance of below 3%. Here's where the power cord gets connected and the power switch. This power supply has lots of leads and most are modular. The main motherboard leads as well as an RPM lead are hardwired into the power supply and can't be removed, but all the leads are sleeved. This cuts down on the cable mess inside the case as well as increasing the airflow. It's a fantastic idea since it can be used to extend the cable length, and I'll connect here another serial ATA lead to this. So you've got a really long full-length cable where you can go ahead and connect, for example, a floppy power adapter. This design makes connecting and disconnecting leads a snap. It also means that you only need to use the leads required for your particular setup. Finally, have a listen to the 135mm fan. This power supply has all the right ingredients. First of all, it offers quality power, lots of it, and is efficient. It also comes with a 135mm fan. That fan is extremely quiet and has a modular design. This power supply comes with that easy connect system, and it's fantastic because you're able to extend cables or add adapters. Overall, this is a kick-ass product. Until next time, take care. Of the 3.3/5 volt rail is 170 watts, and the 12 volt fail. It comes with a matte black. Try it again. Now this is no ordinary modular design. While the try again. I've wanted to extend the leads to reach places that I can't get to with the trying to say words. Words aren't coming out of my mouth.